Good morning,
You are
afternoon
in
here.
Zetro's Toxic Vault. I don't know where you are in the world, where you're watching this, where you will be watching this in the future, but right now we are in Northern California. It is 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. We try
In
to
that
do that.
famous,
The famous city of Dublin, the vault is built in, down in the vault. So we got a couple of things we want to go over this week. We're glad you guys could all join us. If you're not joining us live, thank you for coming in. As this stays up on YouTube, because like on all of my episodes, you can go back and watch the history. You can watch stuff that was around 2 years ago. So that's kind of what's good about it. So anyway,
yeah, it's
this,
it's noon and Claire already has chimed in. Hello.
hi.
So,
Well, of course, that's
I
our.
know.
She's my number. Hi, Claire. How are you, my dear? I hope you and James and the family are doing well. They've opened up a bit here in California. So I went to a baseball game yesterday, and everybody's, "Oh my God, you can go to a baseball game?" Yeah, there seems like the United States is starting to open a lot quicker than Europe is. It seems like, but
Well, I think it's people are like 30% here that have been vaccinated, and in the cities, in San Francisco, it's there's no more hospital cases that have been or people in the ICU and stuff. So they've really opened it up, but it's almost like too soon. But everyone's getting the vaccine, and it's going to be that herd immunity. And I think it's a great sign that maybe concerts could be back by the end of summer. I mean,
well, I did notice that in the state of California will be opening full schedule June 15th. That means 100% bars, 100% restaurants, 100% movie theaters, 100%. I think they're still a little leery on the concerts that are going on, but I think that the
I've noticed the bigger bands are postponing it until 2022, just to play it safe because you got all this money tied up
I
in these
kind of
things,
think
huh,
so
Steve?
too. Yeah, if somebody has
You
to
know what I mean?
cancel it, there is a lot of money tied up to
So
it. It's just part of it. But I know that Exodus does have a few things that are booked for the year, later in the year. I don't think there's that much. It's like a couple of concerts. I know there's Aftershock, and that's in Sacramento in October. And I think there's maybe uh, a full terror assault with Guar back east that hasn't been canceled. I think that's in Michigan, and there's some maybe one other festival going on. I know we don't have much booked because
well, festivals for the band and everything. You're up on a stage, so you're away from everyone anyway, kind of up there, you know. So yeah, that could be possibly
so
be a good one.
I don't I don't know how this year's going to go. You know, obviously we have a new
Well,
record done that'll be out this year, so it's just one of those things.
I just wanted
Um,
to tell you also that in a
and I want
part,
to take a hit right now. Here, this for you, Sweden, and your border.
I wanted to save this for a later segment, but since we just brought it up, Judas Priest just moved their tour to 2022 that was supposed to start in May. So there's a biggie right there, Steve. You know, like I
So that
said,
goes right there.
the big bands are saying, "Hey, we can't. Let's just take another year off
Yeah,
to make
because they
sure."
can't really you can't put capacity in venues at 25%. That's not good for the band, it's not good for the fans, and it's not good for the venues. So it's just one of those types of things that we're going to have to deal with for the next year, and those ones that in certain places that allow it. I mean, from what I understand, tell me Florida. I mean, my manager lives in Florida, and from what
We
I
have
heard,
someone from Florida. I can
there's
see him on the
there's
comments.
gigs and there's shit going on, and they're full on.
But
They've
that's what
got
I'm saying. They're
Disneyland open,
opening up
so
maybe too quick for some places that aren't.
maybe they're not opening up too quick though.
Well, we'll
So
see. We'll see. Um, we got to say, hey, Beer Maniac from France and Sebastian from Mexico. That's what I love about this show too. It's like you can watch it worldwide for free, right? I mean, it's a
well, that's it. I don't charge anybody to watch me talk shit or try to get the guests on. You know what I mean? YouTube's a free thing. That's why when I tell you subscribe, people think, oh no, I gotta subscribe and pay some type of subscription fee. Subscribing is just pushing a button and it gives me another number. That's all it does actually. So
Steve says, Zetro, your A's got my Dodgers yesterday,
yeah,
and look, you're wearing.
and everybody was talking shit because
Oh,
I went with my son, his girlfriend, and my grandson to his very first baseball game, and the A's were 0-6 up to this point, and they had lost every game. They got swept by the Astros, and the Dodgers had beat them for 2 games on Monday and Tuesday, and they were actually winning the game yesterday, and then the A's came back in the 10th inning and won. And everybody I posted on my Instagram that I was at the game with my son, all you Dodger fans were just all over my shit. You know what I mean? It's like, let's talk about this for a minute. The A's don't even spend a hundredth of what the Dodgers spend on talent. So come on, and we're still in the playoffs all the time because the A's got a great farm system. So I'm from Oakland, the Bay Area, East Bay. I follow the teams that are from Oakland. That's why when the Raiders moved to Vegas, they moved to Vegas. They're Vegas's problem, not mine. They don't live in the East Bay. They're not in the East Bay anymore. They're when they don't call Oakland their home. This is where I live, and to me that means a lot. So the A's
I'm
are
from
still.
San Francisco. I follow the Giants, but I go to A's games also. I support them, and I want them to
See,
do
I'm not a
good.
Giants fan. I'm not a Niners fan. I do like the Warriors. I'd like them better to play in Oakland, but I didn't mind that they moved to San Francisco.
Back
They have
to
a
San
really
Francisco.
nice facility there. But just to talk about baseball for a minute, and I am a big baseball fan. I love to go to the A's games, and that's always been like that for what? I'm 57. For the last 50 years of my life, I've been going to the Oakland Coliseum. See, I've been going to the Oakland Coliseum because they won't even build their fucking new team. Their team a new fucking stadium. Everybody else has got a new baseball stadium. A's still playing the same thing from the '60s. How
All right.
awful! It's pathetic.
Anyway, Thomas from Brazil, what's up? Of course, Crystal has commented that she loved the live stream. She said it ruled, and
We're going to talk about that right now. I want to thank everyone that ordered the live stream for Saturday. And some of you guys got a treat in the last 24 hours. I don't know how that happened, but somehow
the gods teased
the
you.
gods
For those
they,
people that saw
they
it.
put that concert up on my channel. Now Wayne says he didn't do it.
Hey,
Walter says he didn't do it.
listeners, it was funny.
And we know how I run computers. We know I didn't do it.
I went
So-
to my cousin's.
Facebook, and he had posted, "Hey, this is
So for all of you guys that got that before I pulled it down, I'm glad you got to see it. For all you guys that ordered it, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. We are planning on doing one again, maybe in July. So I need comments, and need to know what you guys think, especially those of you who ordered it. Would you order it again? And if I do it again, I'm going to completely change the songs because in AC/DC, we play all of the Bon Scott songs. We don't just play a certain gang of them. We play any one of them. I'm actually playing a party for some good friends of mine in a couple of weeks, and I let them pick all of the songs that we're going to be playing that night, as long as it's in the Bon Scott era. And so people are digging that, and I like doing that. It's really cool for me to be able to do that and play the songs that people request because the band members that I have, and I got to thank all of them for they did such an amazing job. Dave Chapman, who plays Angus Young, absolutely is Angus Young. I know you guys were commenting, goes, man, what great energy. And Joel Proto, who plays Malcolm, he does an amazing job as Malcolm. They are the backbone. Mike Butler, who plays the part of Cliff, really nails it. He rocks the whole time. He's in his mic, and of course, the animal in the back, the guy who plays the sloppy drums, Will Carroll, is just an amazing pounder, an amazing musician. That's why he's in Death Angel, because he is that good. And so I'm backed up by that, and I'm very fortunate to have those guys. So it's very, very solid band all together, and I want to thank all of them. I want to thank all the crew: Tilo, Wayne, Connie, Scott Holderby, Ace, Walter, Ted, everybody who helped out that made this what it is, because it takes a lot of people and a lot of production to do one of those live streams. Believe me, I know this. And so now I know I've done it and I can do it now. So we're planning on
And not only did you do it, this is a good representation of what you guys can sound like. It was like your best gig you ever played.
Well, I think
Full
it was
production.
because, again, I'm gonna be very honest with you. The guy who does sound is a guy named Tilo Fellinger, and he does sound for Death Angel, and he's worked for Exodus for many years. He hasn't done this lately, but he works. The reason it sounded so good, everybody, I see you guys all chiming in and saying how good it was because of Tilo. Tilo knows exactly what he's doing. I wouldn't do one of these live streams without him. I think that he is beneficial for what we've been doing. And I've watched the live streams that he did before that. He did one for Mordred, and he did one for the Butlers, and they sounded amazing. And the video as well, Wayne, who normally produces Zetro's Toxic Vault, and we're actually going to get into a little bit of that today too. He did an amazing job and the video on the live stream. So now, just to get into that a little bit, Walton, I want to let you know, Wayne, unfortunately, and you probably noticed over the so many live shows, Wayne doesn't work with the Toxic Vault anymore. We're still partners and we still do work together on other things, but Wayne no longer produces the Toxic Vault. That's up to me and Walter to do now. And because Walter and I had never had the equipment or the gear to really do the streaming, we've kind of, been on a learning process through this. So I've acquired all of the equipment that it's going to take to do. And we're actually going to this will be the last live stream for a couple of weeks. We're going to take a couple of weeks off and we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of doing this show back again with the full interviews and the nice camera angle and the intros and the outros and all that stuff. And it was just one of those things, like, I'm not that computer or technical savvy to handle something like that.
You got me.
Well, I got you.
A little better.
But he's a little better. But we're actually very blessed, and I'm going to shout out right now to Mr. Tim Healy and I actually, when I had Craig from Dress the Dead in here a couple of weeks ago, he came with him to help out with the video, and I found out so much of his knowledge, and he's like an Apple Mac guru, knows exactly what we're going to do. So Tim is actually going to be teaching Walter and I. He's actually already has, and we're going to be back up to having the vault, with full intro with me and the song and the outros and all the credits and all that stuff is going to run and I'm going to start having the guests in. I actually have a really couple of great guests that are just sitting in the wings. I told you who I have. Are they great?
That's right.
They're great, and you guys are really going to love them. So just to let you know, I wanted to stay live. I didn't want to stop the show while we were doing this transition.
One of the guests everybody always wants.
Yes, I'll say this.
So I won't say
one
that.
of the guests you have been hounding me for since the minute I put this show on, and I can guarantee you he agreed to do it, and we will be delivering. And I didn't want him to do it like we do, me and Walt do it live, which, again, I like going live, and
Craig was the first one you ever did.
Craig was the first, and it was good, but I like to go back to where you guys can look at all my toys on my set and see all my stuff and all the shit and be able to hear the audio really good and see the video really good. And so I want to get back to that. And we will. And again, we want to thank Wayne for all the years that he worked with the show, and did
the
so
amazing job he did on
and
he
did so much, but
this.
and that's why the live stream came out so great, and because he really knows what he's doing, and I can't. He's got a bunch of other projects that he wants to go do.
We understand that because we don't get paid to do this.
Yeah, right. It's the truth. We do this for free. This is not. Even though you watch those commercials before my show comes on, those commercials got to run a really lot before you actually make anything. So does the monetization pay us a little bit? Not enough to run the show, believe me.
We always laugh at how there's other people on the YouTube thing that get paid big bucks, and it's like, how did they do that? I mean, you got a show where we talk about metal, which I mean, singer for Exodus. I've been here for. I know it's just one of those things. But again, I have almost 10,000 subscribers, and so many more of you guys watch without subscribing. I wish you could subscribe, because all it is clicking a button. It gives me another number, and it tells YouTube that I've got that many people going on, and I'm going to continue to do this. And when we go on the road, which is going to be better, because now I'm going to be able to upload right on the road and give you guys stuff, because I've now acquired a computer. I just bought a Mac. Not just a computer, the top of the line Apple with the M1.
With the M1 chip, and I'm going to learn how to do this, and this is going to be happening. So again,
and your tour bus is like a starship. You're going to be on a starship, and you're going to have this new computer and hooked up and doing all these tech things. Are you excited?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not the best. I'm like, I've got this thing at I don't like to learn like that, but I'm good. I'm going to get it down. I got it all. Bought all the equipment, and we're about ready to go. So
All right.
back to AC/DC. Anyway, it was amazing as far as performance and sound wise, and I think the band was really tight. And to be honest with you, I feel that we really, thank you, Crystal. It was awesome, huh, honey? I think that we really do the band justice. I think my tribute band really plays the songs like they were meant to be played or they were played. I think that Dave Chapman does an absolute amazing job as Angus Young, and I believe that everybody else in the band is stellar. And with the sound, the video guys, it all came together, and it all made it for a great live streaming concert. So I'm glad that everybody came in. If we do it again, and I believe we're talking about it, it'll be well, we'll let you know because we're not going to do the same songs, and maybe we could get you guys to do a poll on songs you want to hear from that era, and we'll do it like that. I know Saxon did that a couple years ago. Saxon said, you know, we're going to play the show. We're going to do it's all request only. You have to go online and put your vote in for what song, and they played the top so many songs that people voted on. So, you know,
It was great to see an idea become on stage and live streamed around the world. I mean, you said it when you opened. It's like here you are. You can actually share this with people on the other side of the pond in Europe and everywhere. You know,
I see so many people putting in their Night Prowler. Well, I can guarantee you right now,
I love that
that song's in the next set because I wanted to play it on the first night, on the first time, but we kind of felt that it's kind of one of those slow, groovy songs. So I'm playing on a party on the 24th. I'm actually playing Night Prowler that night. So yes, next one I'll say the next live stream. If there's one song I can guarantee, Night Prowler will be the song that we're gonna play. I go to the deep cuts. I do Little Lover. I do Rock and Roll Singer. I do like we played What's Next to the Moon. When did you ever hear AC/DC play What's Next to the Moon? I mean, I'm fully prepared to play all of that stuff. It's so much fun. It's fun to play. So
we're getting a lot of live comments. And Tone and Eric, what's up? Samuel, we got your question, but that'll be coming later down the line. We just haven't been able to find him exactly yet. And Ultimate Guitar Tones, hey, from Athens, which is a beautiful city.
wow.
And Jeff Rose from Canada.
Takanis.
Just saying hello because
Takanis.
a lot of people are saying hey, and someone said that they would love to see you do Back in Black in a Bon Scott.
See, now I gotta explain to you.
I love
know
that too, though.
Okay, that's a good idea. But this is the thing. Wouldn't you rather hear me sing a Bon Scott song? You know what I mean? Than try to experiment with a Brian Johnson song. To me, instead of hearing Back in Black, wouldn't you like to hear a deep cut like maybe Dog Eat Dog or Rocker or something that you haven't heard them play in a while from the Bon Scott era? I mean, it's to me, that's why in Exodus when we play live concerts, if you've ever noticed, unless somebody happens to break a string or screw something up, we don't do solos. We play songs because we feel that you, the fan, wants to come to the shows.
And you don't talk a lot. You're not a huge talker.
Oh no, not me. No.
Oh,
Well, I got to say
you
whatever.
talk.
I talk, but I mean, I'm not going to go on
You're
a
not-
diatribe. My whole thing is let's play songs. If we got time, we're going to play another song. So, Down Payment Blues, another one. Yes, I see that. We're going to be playing that at the party on the 24th. So that's probably another song that we'll play on the next one, on the next time around. But this was a lot of fun for us, and I'm glad that a lot of people around the world really got to see this concert and got to see, because I've heard forever, and I know this, that I sound like Bon Scott.
Okay.
I totally do that purposely. You know
Let
what I
me
mean?
tell you the truth about this. My girlfriend doesn't know about Exodus, doesn't know about Testament, doesn't know about this whole
That's a
metal
good
thing.
thing.
But she's, plays the violin, grew up. She has a different style, so, but I played her you on that live stream, and she was like, wow, she was more impressed with that than when she's heard little clips with Exodus. That she thought, wow, he's a real singer. And I think that really showcases it's a difference. Like, oh, Zet and Exodus is totally different.
It's a total
than this.
different vocal, though. It's a different approach.
Right,
Completely.
exactly. But that's what she noticed, and I think that it's great that she would notice something like that for someone that's not into metal to really go, well, wow, you're like a classic rock. You could have, Bad Company. Who knows all these other bands? You have that type of voice where you can do it. Other singers, not so much in today's world, metal world. A lot of them are more one-dimensional. I mean, it's. But anyway,
Walter, we always get comments of you hitting this. How come you never hit?
I did hit it. I did hit the concentrate before the show, so I'm a little more relaxed today. We're gonna do a new segment after we finish this ACDZ, but it's called "Did You Know That?" And I had asked Wayne to do this a while ago, and he never liked the idea.
Remember, this is a new producer,
But
Walter Morgan, and he's going to be coming up with
it's going to be surprise questions and things that did you know that? And it's just some stuff from the news and funnier things, funnier side on things. So we'll see if that's good.
So keep your comments and your questions coming by with the ACDC stuff. Walter's monitoring all that kind of stuff.
So yeah,
as it comes
the
through.
sound was people were commenting Tilo rules and the sound.
Tilo rules.
That was crucial to this whole thing.
Of course it was. It was everything to this whole thing. If you guys are going to pay, I mean, I know that $10 isn't a lot of money, but even a live pay for anything live stream, especially for a tribute band, regardless of that I'm in Exodus or that Will Carroll's in Death Angel, even for a tribute band, it's like to do that. It's got to sound like the tribute band, and I think, I mean, it was great. The band sounded great. The band played tight, and the mix was great, and it sounded like AC/DC. There was times when I closed my eyes, I just, it was the AC/DC because I've watched it twice now. I watch it to get tips and pointers and see shit that I'm doing wrong, and that's just what I do. But I watched it objectively, and I said, wow, this is actually really good. I mean, I think it sounds great,
It's funny from my point of view because I was put down on a couple days' notice to operate the camera, and I was assigned just
but
you
can't do anything.
I was assigned to Angus. Yeah, I could do it. It was on a boom, but I got to really get back into filming. I hadn't done that in a long time, and it felt good to follow you guys around on the stage. And when you came over, I had you, and it was all edited together. I think that's the part where Wayne, he had like 5 different cameras, and
6.
Yeah, 6.
I mean, a lot.
There was a lot. There was at least
there was one on Will's kit, so yeah. I mean, it was right.
There was like a robot cam that just slid back and forth, but anyway.
Yes, Claire, I agree with you 100% that it was so much. Yes, thank you for that great comment too, because I mean it was
to see it in full production.
And go tell everybody. So next time that I do this, everybody knows you don't want to miss this, because I think what happened is everybody, maybe we're on the fence, because to be honest with you, I thought it would sell a little bit more tickets than it did, but it still did well enough for me to cover my production costs, and that's all I wanted to do. So, but I was a bit, I thought I could have done a little better, and maybe people were sitting on the fence going, well, how good could this thing really be? And I think we hit a home run with it.
No,
I did.
it was great.
And again, I'm talking about doing it again in the end of July. So between now and then, we'll have a lot of time to get the show back up going the way it was,
and
some surprise guests and some other things. And me and Walter definitely going to be working on closer what we need to do to make to get better better guests and things on for you. And the movies have opened up, and I've already went and saw Godzilla and Kong.
How was it?
I liked it. I thought it was great. Anytime, but God, there's collateral damage, and the collateral damage in this is great because it actually looks like real buildings getting fucked up. And so that's all I go for. I want to see the two Titans clash and go, and there's some other twist and turn to it, but shit, they opened up my movies next Friday. I was there on Monday right away.
Someone said that seeing you in your new, you look, people are commenting how thin you look and fit. And someone wants to know if you'll ever play with just those tight jeans and bare-chested, like Bon Scott. Remember Ace?
Okay, check it out. Check it out. I have lost, I think I'm right now, to let you guys know, I'm at 62 pounds. I lost 62 pounds. if I'm gonna wear those things, I got another 25 to go, and I'm working on that. To be honest with you, I actually want to lose another 25 pounds, and it's getting harder and harder as I'm getting, slimming up. But there's still room. Watch the video, guys. I watched the video too. Does it look great? Yes, but I still got a long way to go. So thank you guys for noticing. I really appreciate that. It's been a lot of hard work. It's almost been a year that I've started this journey. In May 23rd will be the day I actually started that journey, and I'm pretty comfortable where I'm at right now. So very good. It's good. It feels good, and I'm going to be better on stage, obviously live with Exodus because of it. So I feel 100% that way.
Well, that's also good because you played a live show. A lot of bands haven't played since this whole thing, and so it's special on more than a couple different levels, right? And
Thanks.
I think it
Thank
will
you.
continue to see it again. It was awesome, and a lot of people commented about it, and a lot of people saw.
Well, I mean,
clips in
it's
here.
it's definitely noticeable. If you saw me on Bass Strikes Back tour, and then this was the first time you've seen me since on stage, yeah, there's a 62-pound difference there. So I mean, that's 62 pounds is a lot of weight. So it's noticeable. I'm not finished though. My journey is. I'm just getting through. Walter sees that every week, and it's getting littler and littler and littler. Every week, I have a routine that I do. I have a certain type of food that I eat. I exercise every single day. I'm at 7 miles every day now. So I do 7 miles. I'm almost. So that's what's helping me out, and I watch what I eat. So
Well,
that's
yeah,
everything.
seeing you on the stage this last weekend compared to like when you were in a festival in Germany is night and day.
When I looked like a
Well,
festival in Germany, I think I ate what a festival in Germany. Or at least I ate their kids, something like that.
I
So
think
it
as
was
you
one,
get older, it's like you really have to watch what you eat, or else you just
you
slowly gain weight. Isn't
you
that
just
that's what I've
can't eat
always
what
dealt
you
with.
want, and that's just the truth. So everything that I eat, every spoonful, every teaspoon of ketchup, I log, and I know how much it is, and I keep a certain balance of it. I not great. There's days where I cheat too, like everybody else, but I have to be honest with you. I keep it really very very minimal, and I don't think I'm going to be going back to that ever again. So I just don't. I'm much better, and as I'm getting older, it's not healthy for all those types of things. So. Yes, I do count calories every day, Larry. Every day. I don't go over 1,200. That's unfortunate of the work that I have to do. But like drug addicts and alcoholics, I'm the same way with sweets and chocolates and stuff like that. And
And you say to yourself, "Hey, I've already done that. Had all those things. I need to be healthy now."
exactly. And
Right? So
that's
you've already
basically,
done that. And
that's kind of how I approach it. I really do. I look at it like
that was
um,
fun.
I have to just, where was I the other day? And there was 3 large pizzas there, and everybody said, "Come on, Zet, you gonna have a piece?" And I go, "Yeah." As much as it smells great, and I just want to rip into it, I can't. And then it comes out, "Well, you can just have a piece," and it's like, but you don't understand. I just can't have a piece of that. And even if one piece is going to tear me up for the day as far as my diet is concerned and my calorie intake and my, nutritional intake as well. So I just want to keep that up. And I do see my voice is like the same
Yeah, I just
for
read that.
25 years. It's better now. I think I've really learned to do what I do actually, and I have gotten better at it, and I really work on just making sure that the albums, when I sing them live, they sound like the albums. That's what they should do. I think when I was a kid, well, not even a kid, even when I go to a concert now, I don't want to see the singer sing the song a different way or try to add lib or whatever. That's okay sometimes. Led Zeppelin was famous for that. And I never really cared for the live stuff because I thought that they went away too much from the songs, you know. But I like that same continuity. You know what I mean? I want it to sound the same. So then the same thing with the guitar player. You know, a certain lead goes a certain way. When somebody plays it, that's what they should play. Not happen to play a lead that's as many notes or in key, play the exact same fucking thing because you've been listening to the song on your album or your CD or your cassette for however many knows how many years and how many times, and so that's what you know in your head, and that's what you're mouthing in your whatever it is. There's so many, like Angus has so many signatures leads, you know, dun 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 dun. Everybody knows that he's going to go into that, and I think that that's what people need to do when they're musicians. They need to stay. And that's why I tried to sing the songs, the Exodus songs at least, and the AC/DC songs like they sound on the album. I try.
Someone asked if you had any voice preparations before you sing, but I already know the answer, but go ahead.
I don't. I don't do any voice. I don't do any warm ups. I don't do anything. I know so many singers that do, and if you need to do that, that's fine. What I do is second nature, and my mechanics come right to me, right like that. I can go up there right now if I had to sing right now, and I'd blow your mind away on it. I don't need to go, oh shit, I need to do some warm ups because I need, you know, there's many singers. I know when I was out last year with Mark and Chuck from the Death Angel and Testament, both of them have to warm up their voice respectively. And I totally respect that because if you have to do that, I mean, Gary Holt sits in the dressing room and warms up playing the same leads he's played for the past 30 years every show before we play. So it's just how you approach it, and that's how it works for you. I have found that because I talk all day
Like Dio didn't do that. He
I
didn't do
don't
anything.
warm up. I just don't have to. I know where I'm going. I know what to do. I know exactly how to make the sounds that my voice makes. So that's why I don't.
Like
don't
I
warm
said,
up.
Ronnie
But if
James
you need
Dio
to,
did not warm
but
up.
not everybody does. If you need to, you do. I know some singers. I know Lou Gramm from Foreigner. He sings his ass off, smokes a fucking pack of cigarettes before he goes up on stage. You know, that's how some people are. You know what I mean? You know, guitar players, drummers.
also
Some
from-
people need to warm up. There's a lot of bands like I know Metallica and bands like Slipknot have a whole backstage set up, so they before they even go out and play, they sometimes go in a room and play some songs to get themselves in line. You know, we're not necessarily, we don't have that luxury on the places we play, but we're all very much ready, and that's just the way it is.
But you take care of your voice because for 5 days, 6 days in a row, you're playing, and there's more
I did
you
a
play.
tour, and Headbangers Ball tour, December 2018. It was Exodus, Sodom, Death Angel, and Suicidal Angels. We did 17 concerts in 17 days. I did not get a day off. I had to sing 17 headlining Exodus sets back to back, 17 in a row. In a row, no day off. And I never lost my voice. Honestly, by the end of the 17 days, it was like a muscle. I was even stronger, and it seems like I get stronger as it goes along. The first week is like I'm working it. By the second week, man, I'm in. By the third, fourth week, I'm a well-oiled machine. I don't even think it's second nature. It goes right up there. It's just the way it goes right up there.
All right, so we're gonna do this now. It's
Are we gonna go do so? We should have like a Walter when we go later. This is a new segment. This is called, what is it? Did you know that? Did you?
Because
did
I'm
you
not
know that?
prepping him at all.
Because
We're gonna get honest
he said
answers.
he's gonna get honest
to these-
answers. He hasn't told me. So
I've
for you out there in
researched some
TV
things.
land, I don't know any of these answers, and I've never seen any of these questions before.
Taken from the Exodus Facebook page, official, that's run by Robin. She says that coming in February, which should already be by now, right? Blood in, blood out, woven official patches, and an exclusive limited edition all woven bonded by blood back patch. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know any of that.
See?
Wait a minute.
I gotcha.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
This is the new album. The new album
No,
cover.
okay, this is for Blood In, Blood Out. It's a half dome patch. It's a new one with the mutants. Like
Oh, the blood and blood out.
It's a woven patch. But I know you like patches. and you have a
Yeah, I have a
vest?
battle vest. I wear my
Well,
battle
see,
vest, and I put.
we'll have to talk to Robin about that. But anyway, I
Yeah.
thought that would be funny, and I knew he wouldn't know it.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did not know that.
All right.
I did not know that.
Now
Why
I got
would
another.
It's only
This
my
is a
own
monster.
band. I mean, why would I know that?
This is a monster. Did you know that? Okay, so also I was cruising the internet and whatever, and your son, Nicholas Souza, he had a good little thing that he posted on a huge thread, and I commented, and he went back and forth. But this is his thing: if System of a Down wouldn't have stopped making music, they would have been more major than Metallica. And that's your son's statement. But what's your thought on that? He says their numbers are very similar to his defense. And I don't know, they had similar numbers, but you know, Metallica did it for such a long time, right? That's the difference.
Well,
They
if
didn't
we
just-
all remember, one of System of a Down's very first shots at being playing in front of people, because I didn't even know who the fuck they were when they came out, was opening on the Summer Sanitarium tour. So Metallica's already. My hands can't even get as big as Metallica is. So, okay? So, forever. And has
All right,
held
Nick.
it. And never went, has held that ton. And again, it is what it is. Okay, so,
Okay.
unless, no, let me finish. You said you're going to let me
All
finish.
right, go ahead.
I don't, if it didn't happen, and if they didn't stop, that's on them. I have to be honest with you, bigger than Metallica,
Okay.
that I did.
You don't see it.
I don't.
I
see
didn't
it.
see it either.
I don't see it.
And
Sorry.
I never got into them very much, and I know that they're pretty major though. Anyway,
Oh, I agree. I played on a.
Okay.
I did Download Festival in
They're
2018.
pretty-
They were the headliner
yes.
the day I played. Download
Okay.
Festivals like y'all know Donington, that in England, been there one of the longest festivals. 80,000 people. They were the headliner that day.
a lot of people commented on this as I did, and we went through and got on that Metallica thing. And one of the things I said, I thought that Lamb of God might take the Slayer place in the Big Four. That was one of the things,
You can't replace the Big Four because they weren't there in the 80s. And that's
Okay.
where that is all based on. For those of you who believe in that sort of myth,
All right. And
I don't
also-
believe in the myth of the Big Four. I'm going to explain to everybody,
Okay.
like I have over the years, with no disrespect to any musician or any band. It's the big one and the other three. And you ought to know that. Because, with all due respect to Megadeth, Anthrax, and Slayer, for that matter, even in the end, they can't do all three of them together the same business that Metallica do 3 times that. I know I've played with Metallica before, I've seen it. So, with no disrespect to them, Metallica and then the other 3. And that's just because in the 80s, those were the 4 most identifiable bands to the subgenre of music
The
as
first
we know
wave.
as thrash metal.
the
But if
original
you want to
wave.
talk about who invented it, well, I grew up in the Bay Area, and I know Exodus was doing it long before anybody else was, and I was here, and I wasn't even the singer in the band. And when we started Legacy and Most Violence and Forbidden and all the other thrash bands in the Bay Area started metal bands, they did not start them after Metallica. They started them because of Exodus. And if you don't believe me, ask any fucking one of them. They will tell you that. And that's just the truth. I'm not trying to lie. I'm not trying to pump my shit because I do play in Exodus, because I wasn't in Exodus at that time. I was looking at these guys going,
I see
wow.
your way. I was there.
You know
too.
what I mean? Wow.
Okay.
Fuck, there's a line wrapped around Ruthie's Inn 3 times to go see Exodus. None of those other bands did that. And Megadeth, Anthrax, Slayer, all of them, Suicidal, they all played at Ruthie's Inn. But nobody did what Exodus did there. Not anywhere. So,
All right. The
It
second
is what
part
it
to
is.
this was that, and this is a good point. He said, well, every generation, Elvis, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, there's always that Metallica, right?
Sure.
And now we've had them for a long time, and they're not quite what they were. But who is the next Metallica? And when is it? Is it still?
that I
hasn't-
don't have a question. That I don't have an
Okay,
answer for.
That's good. Let's
I don't
continue
know.
that.
Exodus?
Your son had a couple of suggestions that he
What is
thought
this all
could.
about? My son today?
Well, today's I got
oh my
this off
God.
the internet.
Damn, Nick.
Did you know that?
Did
you know that?
Did
No,
I know
he
I
did
did not know that.
Okay, he says
I
that
did
either
not-
Ghost
I did
or
not know that.
Volbeat, which is that folk metal. I don't ever think a folk metal rock metal
Okay,
band could
go with
ever
that.
be Metallica. And Ghost, well, they're a gimmick band, and they put on a great
Actually, I
show.
disagree with that, but okay.
I think, but
I know
anyway,
many people don't like Ghost. I think they
I
got a
love
great
Ghost.
groove, and
I
I
love
love their
them.
songs, and I love his whole trip.
Yeah, I've seen
And I
that.
have no problem with
Theatrics.
theatrics in music. I love Slipknot. I love Alice Cooper. I love Kiss. I love that. I think it's so fucking cool. So I don't care. And his whole trip with the whole Papa thing and the ghouls and the songs got a good groove. Got fucking Ritual's a great song. There's so many great songs. And so and I like Volbeat too. It's kind of I think they're a little bit
Okay.
bigger in Europe than here,
Yeah, sure, they're way big, but
but I
okay.
don't think they're Metallica.
Who is? Do you see them out there that there's a chance that they become so big? Like Pantera was on that way to
Time will
there.
tell.
Okay.
Time will tell.
Okay,
I
so
don't
you
know
haven't seen
anything,
it,
Jen.
and that's what I wanted to
Time will
think.
tell.
Okay, we're there. Also, I know that maybe you know, maybe you don't. That Jason Becker was hospitalized, and we're hoping for the best for
I
him.
did see that. I saw a post by Chris Broderick on that, and then we
He's
are.
dealing with ALS for the last
Yeah.
30 years, and we wish him
He's actually really
to get home quick.
kicked that in the ass. As far as he's really gone. They didn't think he was going to go. What he
Most
has,
people
and
don't.
and
That's
he's
the
just
whole
been a
thing.
fighter, and I think that is strength for all of you fans and the musical community, especially the heavy metal community, because they've been around him from the day one, and everybody's, and I think that energy and that strength has transpired over to him, and he's completely felt that, and I think that's what's keeping going. So keep that coming.
All
Just
right.
keep that coming.
Did you know that Ozzy Osbourne was just inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame?
No.
Well, that's what it says. WWE Hall of Fame.
The World Wrestling Entertainment Hall of Fame.
And
Ozzy Osbourne is going to be for what?
I didn't get that part, but you didn't know
Okay.
that. You didn't know that.
What? No, I did
All right,
not.
look-
And is that even true,
We'll have to
Walter?
look it up. Well,
Okay, now Walter's saying we got to look it up. This is not the
Yeah.
National Enquirer here, Walt.
All right.
We don't give a
did
flash.
you know that Megadeth
that
and Thin Lizzy are releasing official coloring books on April 26th?
No.
How can you imagine peace cells? That's what I saw the cover of. You color it.
You can color
That's
your
not-
own piece out.
You have to think of ways to make some money nowadays, Steve.
Well, I thought
We could do a puzzle.
I thought Gene. Come on, Kiss is dead. Gene Simmons. There's been
There's
nothing that you
puzzles,
can do. Come
coffee.
on.
Anyway, I thought that was
Come
funny.
on. I did not know that either. Wow. Well.
All right.
Wow, your segment's coming up here.
Did you know that George Lynch's blast anti-maskers is if suffering is putting a mask on, you don't know what suffering means. Did you know that?
No.
Do you agree with the mask? So don't you? You're not an anti-masker, right? I know
I'm
that.
not an anti-mask. But if Satan wanted us to wear a mask, he would have put a hood on our face. It's hard to breathe. I don't like it on my face. I comply. Because I'm trying. I want everything to go back to normal like fucking everybody else does. So if it takes me to comply by putting my mask on, I will do that. And I do that. Do I like it? Not necessarily. But I mean, I went to the movies the other day. It was, I took it off where I was sitting because I was far away from people. But, and I wasn't eating
Well,
popcorn.
you're safe,
so-
and you're
but-
safe for other people.
But,
That's what
but I'm
counts.
trying to
You
do
have
that. You know what I mean? So
All right. Did you know that? You know Nick Barker?
I love Nick Barker.
All right.
I know him very well.
Demu and Cradle of Filth. And
That's right. Played a Testament for a little while.
All right. Well, this is
Road
interesting.
Managed Exodus. Played a couple of shows. Oh yeah, we've got a history with Nick Barker, and he's Brujeria.
And I lived
Brujeria.
with him for a couple or a month or so when
Yeah.
he came out here. Anyway, he was asked his opinion on the current state of extreme music scene, and he responded, "I think it's become slightly oversaturated, especially death metal. There's an element where it's all beginning to sound the same. 30 years ago, it was all about the riffs, and now 30 years later, it's all about how fast a BPM is on the track. It's not about the riffs anymore. It's about the typewriter." Anyway, what do you think about that? Because that whole genre, I don't really listen to straight up death metal, maybe melodic death metal, and it's definitely changed, and that's Nick's opinion.
I'll say this. There was a time, and I would say maybe even 18, 20 years ago, when bands like Jimmy Border and Cradle of Filth were the biggest names on all of the bills. And then I don't know if it's the music genre or what happened, but I don't see as many of those staying, up there. I love Danny. He's a good friend of the band's. He's a good friend of mine. I love Cradle of Filth. I love black metal. I love the death metal stuff. I love stuff like Watain. We played with them a couple of times. I just don't see it, and I'm just being honest with you. I just don't see it as big as it used to be at one point. But then everything goes like this. There was a time when there wasn't any thrash metal bands left. Everybody had went their own way. You know what I mean? So,
all right. So also, did you know that Fear Factory is releasing their first song in over 5 years on Nuclear Blast on Friday, April 16th?
Fear Factory, huh?
Yeah. So
who's singing on it? Is Burton
well, it's a
singing on
different. No, I think it's a different singer.
It's a different singer.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Didn't know that. See,
I
that's why I like
because
this
I didn't
segment.
think that they were going to continue Fear Factory without Burton, but
So I got a cool little segment here on
bye,
this.
Lee. Lee Diaz saying going back to work. Love you, brother. Lee Diaz is the man who painted my motorcycle. If you ever want to see what my motorcycle looks like, go to my Facebook page, and we have tons of pictures of there in the horror theme. Later,
All
bud.
right. So this is a cool kind of story because it kind of relates back to you. And did you know that Kiss guitarist Tommy Thayer, how he found his 31-year-old daughter last year, and she's 31 now, and he's 60, and he didn't know he had a daughter. But that reminds me how you became a grandpa too, right?
Well, yeah, kind of. That's cool. How did they? Do you know the story? How they touched? How they got?
It was a second cousin of Tommy's that actually was in touch with this girl, and so she was, it was through the same thing how they caught the Golden State Killer. It's through the,
Wow.
23andMe and all that. But the
Wow.
DNA was there, and this was in 1989, and he's all good with it. They've met. It was just last summer he found out. So
Really?
we got
How
together.
good.
But you
Good
see, you have a
for
little
you,
somewhere.
Tommy Thayer. How neat is that? Well, the thing is my son and his girlfriend that they're together now. They were not
Nicholas.
together before. Nick. They
You're
were
gonna have
not
to watch
together
this
before.
episode, Nicholas.
Oh God, he's all over it. It's all about Nick. And they had a kid, and Nick we found out. And anyway, it's all worked out really well.
But you're a
But-
grandpa.
But I'm a grandpa, but it wasn't like something like I was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm a grandpa? You're kidding me. No shit. Okay, well, I guess I am a grandpa, but I tell you what, I love it to death. He couldn't have given me a better thing. I love that little boy. He is so fucking cute. We went to the baseball game yesterday, his first game. He's got such a great personality, and I love him to death. And the way things turned out, I wouldn't have it any other way. It was absolutely amazing. So,
Okay, and more
if you're watching
Sousa's.
Jackson Sousa, I love you, and your mom.
And wait a
Alexia,
minute.
you dig you guys, and
Eddie's been
you've done
picking
an
up
amazing
drumsticks.
job.
So
Yeah, well, now he's starting to do that. I thought I was going to get a guitar player, but maybe he'll play everything. He's starting to hit the drum pad like his dad, so we'll see what happens. But that's how this starts. That's how this goes, people. That's how we keep generations of heavy metal or metalheads going. I passed it on to my kids, and my kids are fucking passing it on to their kids. So my grandkid was there, so that's where we're at with that.
all right, I saw a cool story this week, and did you know that Gojira's Joseph Duplanter says that James Hetfield inspired him to play guitar, and that they were on tour. And how do you like Gojira?
Love Gojira.
They're heavy, aren't
A
they?
great band, and you know what? They get.
There's a band that's on the rise, right?
I would say, yeah, I'd say them. They've got a steady rise, and those guys turn goat piss into gasoline. They kick ass. Gojira boys are, yeah, and all you
Okay.
metalheads know that they're a fucking great band.
What was cool is his comments, because he was on tour with them, and if there was a school for rock, he'd want James Hetfield to be his teacher. And I think Lars Ulrich and everyone else, they're just dancing around James' guitar. Everybody follows James, and he knows that because he got to be friends with the Monitor Man, and they said, "Hey, we'll give you $100 if you could be our Monitor Man." You know how that works. So the Metallica guy, and so they got to be friends, and the guitar player went up, and the Monitor Man called him over and gave him Hetfield's second set of in-ears. So he got to put them on and hear how James, because you know what that is. it's how much drums you want, how much
Oh, it's
guitar. It's a
whatever you
mix.
want.
But for the
I hate
individual,
it. I don't like them. I don't use them. But
so he got to listen to what Hetfield only listened to, and I thought it was interesting that he said there was a little bit of drums and everything else. You could hear some hi hat, but everything else was turned down. He because he's the leader of that rhythm, and he's pulling. He doesn't need to hear Kirk. He doesn't need anybody else. It's him, and Lars even is moving around him. So I thought it was interesting because that's a different view into that. And you know about it. It comes up with the new in-ears how these musicians nowadays you can hear just what you want to hear and have it.
yeah, I didn't
tuned
like
in.
it. I did the same thing, and I bought the most expensive pair and a very nice set of Shure. They were good. I had them molded to my ears. I was getting sweat bubbles in. I'm tweaking with it constantly.
You like it
couldn't
right out of
pull
the
that.
speaker.
But I'm old school, motherfuckers. Put that wedge in front of me, give me blaring at me, kick and snare, pop, 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 and that's it.
All right, and oh, we're rolling right around here. Did you know
Almost done.
that
We are almost done.
Phil and Selma
I
and
still
the
got to do these too.
Illegals
I still got to do these.
will return to the stage this week in a very special live stream, a vulgar display of Pantera. The multi-camera shot and live performance takes place on Friday, April 9th. But he wrote that why he's doing it is it's about Dimebag and Vinny. Now, do you like that they're getting together and doing that, or what do you think about that?
Yeah, sure. Why not keep the music alive? I mean, unfortunately, that Dimebag and Vinny are no longer with us, so why not do it at all? You know what I mean? And I actually seen him do it with the Illegals, and he does it really good. So you know what I mean? Wouldn't you fans want to see that? At least it's the voice. He's trying to do it for you guys. You know, now there's a lot of bands where there's not even anybody left, you know, in the band, or maybe one person, maybe the drummer, and they still try to do
Foreigner.
it. Exactly. Mick.
I've seen Foreigner with no original
There's
members.
well, Mick, the only.
But no, he was in the
Oh,
hospital.
that's right. He was in the hospital. So the Foreigner, not even Foreigner. And Molly Hatchet did the same thing over the last few years. Wasn't even anybody from the days of Flirting with Disaster or Bounty Hunter or any of that. So.
All right.
All right. Well, let me get to this
You
stuff.
want to get to that?
Yeah,
All
we're good
right.
because we're almost about out of time. We got a couple minutes here. So, we have signed with, you know, Wayne used to handle the shirts, obviously. So we have another T-shirt guy. We have another T-shirt company. They're called Season of Mist. They handle a lot of bands. They actually have a company here in the United States and also in Europe. So if you are in Europe and you want to order some Zetro's Toxic Vault T-shirts, you can get all the older T-shirts. Plus, they have a couple of new ones. There's one now with Red Rum the Spider on it. And it's really cool, and it says it came from the vault, and it's really cool. So you can go there. Go to seasonofmist.com because that's where you can get.
But it's a custom T-shirt.
It's a custom. That's the thing.
Okay,
You
tell
can
them
get
that.
it. This is the thing about Season of Mist. You want the print on a hoodie, you can get it on a hoodie. You want it on a
Tank top.
Tank top, get a tank top. You want it on a girly, you can get it on a girly. Want it on a T-shirt, 2X, 3X, 5X, it don't matter. What's great about the Season of Mist is that they
Make it your way.
Your way, custom to you. If whatever print you want, they can do it anything. They got a ton of bands that they do this for. I know Heathen's one of the bands on there. I know Hatriots, another band, and it's just a better way for us to be able to get our merchandise to you guys, the fan, and much easier and that sort of thing. And so, his name is Dieter. We love him. I talk to him all the time. He's always working on new. He actually did the Zetro's Toxic Vault with a fucking pot leaf behind it. So, attaboy, Dieter. Yeah, we know that. Zetro likes my Morty pipe, Rick and Morty, my Morty pipe. I smoke weed, so it's kind of cool. So remember, Season of Mist. Our longest sponsor, who's been with us forever, and Walt's always drinking it, Death Wish Coffee. We want to thank Jeff Ayers and everybody at Death Wish Coffee who supports the show. If you want, this stuff is strong. Some days it's a little too strong for me. So I'm just saying.
I need some more iced coffees.
Do you? Well, I got to get him to get us to send some. If you're watching Jeff's, we need some iced coffees. But if you want it, you can get it at your supermarket anywhere. Obviously, Death Wish Coffee. Go check it out. And we have now, if you're a metalhead, you probably like hot sauce, hot food. Most of Exodus guys are Mexican food is the number one. And for guys like Gary Holt,
dude.
Gary Holt, exactly, carne asada, dude.
Carne asada, dude.
Gary Holt and Lee Altus have to have it burning so hot that they want to fucking burn their lips on. I don't like it that. So we have a hot sauce sponsor, Hella Hot Sauce. Go check them out at Hella, like, from your California, it's like Hella, dude. Hella, Hella Hot, hotsauce.com. They got many, many flavors, many different spices. They got mild stuff that won't burn your mouth, but their stuff is really tasty, Walt. I find I take it and just put it on chips and eat it. It's not even salsa.
I put it on
it's like,
potato salad.
it's
and it was
killer.
actually
Yeah,
great.
did you like it
Yeah,
on
I
potato
loved it.
salad? And then obviously, I know so many people last couple of years have done this. If you want to send a message to someone from me, birthday greeting, just a pep talk, anything. I do most birthday greetings, new birth of your child, shit, bar mitzvah, Yom Kippur, I do all that stuff. Kwanzaa, it don't matter. Go to cameo.com and just request me.
Can you do it in English? Old English accent?
If you
do that,
request
right?
me doing it in an old English accent, I can
knew
do it. I don't know. Everybody says I do the old English accent pretty good. You know what I mean? You'd have to ask Claire. She would probably tell you how good mine, because she lives in England. So, and she's the one person that does watch the show that knows that I do that. So, yes, I could do it in English accent. So, go to cameo.com and request me. Also, I want to shout out to the guys that also We Need Merch. They made the AC/DC stuff. This stuff will be for sale, not on the vault. We're going to be working on it, on getting it up in our own store, and actually starting a Zetro's Toxic Vault store where we'll sell other stuff and patches and stuff, and we'll leave the t-shirts to Seasons of Mist and maybe do some other stuff, but we can get those there. We want to shout out to We Need Merch as well. And also, now, I put myself on this thing a couple of weeks ago, probably a month or so ago. It's called Vanyware. Vanywhere. Vanyware. Like anywhere with a V. And what it is, it's a service where you can go there and you can sign up for a monthly fee and you direct message me and I'll direct message you back. And not even for the monthly fee, you can request a personal Zoom chat with me. And I don't charge that much. I charge like $5 a minute and you get 2 minutes for free. 5 minutes is a long conversation and that only costs you like $15. But you have to go to Vanyware to get that. You have to go to your app store, download Vanyware, and then you can search me and do that. Now, I won't know that you're going to want to call me because the app is open for me to keep it on or off. That's why if you sign up for the direct message, and believe me, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's not going to message you back. If you sign up for the service, I think it's $25 a month. I will send you messages and send you special. If you DM me, I will DM you back. It's a total. I mean, I'm not going to. I've never been that way. You see how I am with my show. I answer all you guys for the most part. I talk back to you. I'm very interactive with that. So I'd like to get this thing going and see what you guys think. I know Cameo is just a shout out, but Vanyware is actually, you can actually have a Zoom conversation with me.
What's great is that somebody messaged me and they wanted you to hear a song. And I was like, oh, well, go to Vanyware.
Go to Vanyware.
And
if you want me
then
to hear
you
song,
make Zetro sit through a 5-minute song.
Whatever, however long you book, you got the minutes.
If you're a band, here you got Zetro right here.
And if you want to have questions about how you write lyrics or anything like that, this is personal. It's just me and you on the camera, talking about that. You got to go to Vanyware. VANY. I think it's cool. It's got to be taking off.
If I need to write a song,
that's the thing. And you guys are always asking me about, what do you think about this? When you
Testament pays you big money to do this.
Testament does pay me big money to do. I know. I write Testament songs exactly. So this way, you could get a quick way to that, and I would be willing to help you out on that stuff. Anything you want to talk to me, ask me questions about old Exodus stuff, just anything like that. Just go to Vanyware and sign up, and then you can direct message me and say, hey, Zed, I want to do a video chat. Are you cool with tomorrow at da-da-da? I'm going to buy a video chat, and I'll text me, DM back, go, no, but 1 o'clock works. I'll turn my little blue thing on, and once I do that, that means I'm active. I'm obviously not going to keep that on all the time because I'm not expecting calls, but if I know they're coming in, I'll do that and we could have a chat. So go to Vanyware.
All right.
Anything else?
Yeah, the comments really started to roll in, just commenting. But once you bring up, Metallica and who's in the Big Four and Gojira, which I thought was funny. Your son started this. It just creates this wash of comments, and this is what's happened. So I hear all this, and there's a lot of people that commented after we went into the look at that. It's pretty incredible.
Well, I'm
So
glad you guys came in. I mean, again,
It's a lot. Of
I don't say
today.
anything bad about it. I am so happy for everybody's success, from Metallica to everybody, especially seeing it from when I saw it when they were nothing, and anybody in the Bay Area, all of the people that anybody, I'm happy for it. My opinions are my opinions though on the Big Four and those types of things, and that's just the way it is, and they won't change. I'm just being honest with all of you guys and letting you know how I look at things, from my point of view. I don't try to, excuse me, I don't try to hide anything from you guys. I tell you guys exactly, what this is me. This is, you don't get anything else. This is, am I right, Walt?
Yeah.
This is me. This is how I am.
I've known this guy over 30 years.
When you meet me on the street, this is me. Over 30 years. I'd say
over.
40.
Okay.
40. So anyway, that's where I'm at. So we are going to take the next couple of
that
weeks
was an
off.
hour. You thought it was going to be a short show today.
I know. We're over an hour. We're going to take the next couple of weeks off because me and Walter are going to become film students. And then we'll be back with some really killer interviews and back to movie reviews. Because, like I said, the movies are open, and some all the other fun stuff that we had done in the vault in the past, and we'll be back to that.
Comment if you like my new segment.
Yeah,
Did
comment
you know
on this
that?
new segment.
Because
I want to see comments
make it-
on what was it called again? Did you know?
Do you know that?
Oh, do you know that? That's
Hey, and
do
you
know
struck
that?
out
Ba,
a
ba, ba,
bunch
ba.
of times.
Do you know that?
I know that.
We need a graphic that
The
says
Giants
it-
beat
it-
the Eagles today, and did you know that?
Yes, they
Yeah.
didn't play the Giants. They played the
No,
Astros.
we played you.
We played the
I played
Astros
you.
today. Oh,
Get it? You lost today.
I never lose. I win all the time. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming in. We're already over an hour, Walt. I got to get going.
Just over.
I gotta,
Okay.
And remember to subscribe to our channel if you have not. Please share this with other people and leave me comments, because me and Walter, we make whole episodes on that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And thank you guys for coming in. Everybody who tipped and came in again on the ACDZ show, thank you so much. You really helped me cover all of the production costs, and everybody, in the band got to, because it took like many rehearsals. Dave lives an hour and almost 2 hours from where we rehearse. It almost cost us money to do it, but we did okay. So I want to thank everybody for coming in, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks. If we haven't figured out the film thing by then, we'll be coming live and explaining to you how we haven't filmed out the last couple of things by then. But we need a couple of weeks. We need, to get our shit together. So I'm not going to be
Expect
going
the
live.
unexpected.
Exactly. Yeah, you never
So
know. But we're not going anywhere, and the show's not going anywhere. We'll be back. So thank you everybody for coming in, and for myself and Mr. Walter Morgan.
All right.
We'll see you in the vault next couple of weeks. Okay.
That was a fun one.
Thanks. It was a fun one.